Welcome to Key Roots, the Key Roots of Sex Addiction. My name is Collin. And I think one of my saving graces in recovery has been my drive to learn how to be peaceful. I'm not sure exactly when this hunger kicked in, but I know that I've had it for a really long time. I remember that one of my first introductions to the self-help world was when my dad introduced me to a woman by the name of Byron Katie. For my first introduction to her, I became mesmerized by her method of helping others. That, I think, was the beginning of my voracious reading of everything self-help. Over the years that I read, I learned to write. I've been writing now for years. I've learned different styles of writing, like journaling, writing gratitude lists, listing my negative thoughts, and then questioning them to ease any emotional suffering that I'm experiencing. Reading and writing led to meditation and mindfulness practices. One of the most recent books I read on meditation was by Dan Siegel. He taught me a meditation principle he calls aim and sustain. I've now been practicing meditation for the last several years, and the results have really been amazing for me. I even use certain styles of writing as forms of meditation, like writing the same word over and over again. I write true statements that provide me multiple options of overcoming negativity in my life. I call these truisms. The point is, as I've read and written and done my work, I've learned more and more ways of finding peace. I remember in the COVID years, I was reading and writing and meditating for 2 to 3 hours a day. Eventually, that became too much for me, and I had to reduce my time spent in recovery work. And now I'm more balanced. But I wouldn't have ever learned to balance recovery in life if I wasn't doing my recovery work like I was. I think I started all of my recovery work in my mid-20s, and now I'm 45. When I mention this to some guys, they get distraught that it is going to take them 20 years to get sober. But I know a lot of guys that get sober really quickly once they get into recovery. Ultimately, my point is that recovery is not mere sexual abstinence. It is learning peace. And to really achieve it under any circumstance, it'll probably take a lot of work, over years. I find for many, getting into the routine of this work takes time. There are many who would rather listen to music, watch TV and movies, play video games, spend time with friends. These are valuable things, and I would recommend them in a balanced way. But most people will put leisure first and find no time for recovery. This is backwards. Recovery first, and then leisure, and lots of recovery. Over time, what you'll find is that recovery becomes your leisure. Recovery is peace. If you are looking for a place of support as you build your daily recovery habits, feel free to go to my website, keyroots.com. You'll find our groups there.